Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Lacey. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right on into the video. The inspiration of this look, I wanted to do like greens and blues and like deep water kind of colours. Not gonna lie, I watched Shrek and then it made me think of like a swamp, and then I kind of wanted to put it on my eyes, so I made a swamp colour on my eyes. Doesn't sound too flattering, as I've just realised, but in the end I don't think it comes out too bad, you know. I'm not gonna lie. Just kind of one of those days where I was just playing with makeup and I wasn't too mad at it, you know what I mean. But yeah, you know, and if it did turn out bad I could just easily take it off, no bother there. And yeah, so fun fact, actually I did try and do like those really fancy like liquid liners that go in your cut crease. Tried doing that, failed miserably. Every time I tried that yellow colour, I tell you, it just, I don't know, is it me? Am I the problem? Or is it the colour? Because I tried using it before, like I think I've probably tried using it like 3 times doing a video, and it just never turns out right for me. It goes like, you know when paint dries, when it's clumped up and then it kind of peels off? Literally happens to my eyelids, which is not flattering when you're trying to take a picture, let me tell you. So I basically didn't include that in the video and just kind of tampered with it so it didn't look like that. But anyway, let's bypass that. We're over it, you know, it's all good now. But yeah, I kind of started with a black colour for some reason. I don't know why. I don't usually start with black, but I just fancied starting off with a black. But I think that's kind of the inspiration of the, you know, swampy kindness, like the deepness, like the dirtiness of the water. I don't know what goes on in my brain sometimes, guys. I really don't. Things happen, you know, and you just got to learn from it. You just got to grow. And I think that's what I did. I just, you know, I used some inspiration and I grew. So that's kind of what happened, you know, and I really did want to work with blue. I find that blue really washes me out, so I wanted to try and achieve a blue look without washing me out. So I incorporated some like greens and like mustardy colours, and I don't think I looked washed out, to be perfectly honest, you know. I think I looked pretty healthy looking, so that's always a good sign that you're doing something, you know, well, you know. So yeah, I mean, I would step by step tell you everything that I'm doing, but if you're a visual learner like I am, just show me something and I will do it. This is kind of how I learned how to do makeup, by literally just watching what people were doing, and I would copy and paste it on myself, basically. Somebody tells me to do something, like how to have done a cut crease or how to have blended colours together, I probably would have fallen asleep, honestly. So I'd much rather just watch it myself. I was a bit like that in school, not gonna lie. I did terrible in school, but that was because, in my defence, the teachers were really boring. You know what I mean? Like, they should have just been more entertaining and maybe I would have learned something. Not gonna lie. Like, you know, they were the type of teachers that would just give us a PowerPoint and just say, write it down. You know, that's not teaching me anything, guys. Come on, I need to learn. I wanted to learn. I did. I really did. But they just did it in the most boring way. And as teachers, they should have known. People learn in different ways. They should have known that. And they didn't act on that. So, not my fault. Funny story, actually. I remember the last day of, I guess, like the school year, you go and collect your results in the last year. And, yeah, basically you turn up, you get your results, and my maths teacher just straight up goes up to me and is like, didn't expect you to get that grade. And I passed my maths exam, which I was in the, like, I wasn't like in the lowest set of maths, but I was in like the highest lowest. Does that make sense? Like, you got a really super smart group and then a not so super smart group, and I was in the highest super, like, not smart group. Does that make sense? So yeah, I was in that group, and he was like, not gonna lie, didn't think you were gonna pass that one. And I was like, wow, gee, thanks. Set me up high, why don't you? But yeah, I did pass it, so he can just, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, honestly, I look back and I'm just like, thank God I ain't got to do school no more. You know what I mean? If I had to go back and do school, honestly, I don't think I'd wake up half the time to go there. My boyfriend, he didn't like going to school. He told me quite a few stories of his mum throwing buckets of water over his head to get him out of bed because he didn't like going to school. But obviously, you should go to school because unless, you might have a better school than our school. So hopefully you can learn better things. But anyway, we're going completely off topic here. But I'm just saying how I like to learn. And what I like to learn by visually looking at something in the most simplest of ways. That makes sense? Am I just waffling? I feel like I'm just waffling. But yeah, anyway, I think everyone has their like funny school stories, right? My dad told me once that when he went to school, basically he didn't like school either, which yeah, sounds about right. And he kept telling his mum like he was too poorly, couldn't go to school ever. And then one day he had actually broken his leg. I think he said he like ran into something or climbed on something. I can't quite remember. But he had broken his leg, and his mum being like, oh yeah, you always come out with excuses that you don't want to go to school, da da da. And then like a year later he actually ended up going to the hospital because he had like fractured something or done something again to his leg. So his mum took him to the hospital and they found a previous break in his leg and was like, no, or like a fracture, and was like, no, he did actually hurt himself. But obviously he was kind of like the boy who cried wolf. It's like, what'd you expect? Who's gonna believe you? But yeah, that's my dad. But yeah, school years, yeah, no, not a fan. You think about people that go to school now and like how they do their makeup versus like how I used to do my makeup in school. Like, I used to have this foundation from Collection, and it was completely the wrong type of foundation for me. Like, it was matte, and I'm not oily enough or like normal combination skin, whatever, for a matte foundation. Like, and I didn't know that back then because there weren't, I don't know, like a great deal of makeup videos back then. Obviously, I've learned everything through YouTube and watching videos, but yeah, something like that. I used to wear like the Collection matte foundation. I used to do my concealer before my foundation. No idea why. And again, it was like a Collection concealer, but it was like in a rollerball almost. Like, yeah, kind of like in a lip balm packaging. You know what I mean? So I used to use that. And it felt really oily, and I don't think that did me any good either. I remember it just feeling like an oily texture. What else did I used to do? In school, I like a lot of people, I went through my emo phase, and I used to do like the massive black wing on the eyes, as you do back then. So literally my wing could literally come out to like probably nearly my temples. We all make mistakes in school, and that was probably mine. That was pretty much it. I never used to put anything on my brows because I think back then there was a lot of like the scouse brow. Do you know what the scouse brow is? Basically what it looks like, Lego eyebrows. And I wasn't feeling that back then, and there weren't a great deal of shades to put on your eyebrows. They were quite deep. And in school I had transitioned from having black hair to blonde hair. And within that transition, I did go a bit like a tangerine orange, that kind of colour. And so I just thought I'd just tweeze my eyebrows so they look like, really skinny, and then I don't have to worry about them. So, but I think everyone hopefully went through that phase, right? Of having really skinny eyebrows. Like purposely tweezing half of them away. Like, what was that phase, honestly? You think about children, not children, right, like, I don't know, early teens, I guess, kind of going to school now, and they know so much more about makeup than what we did when we went to school. It's just not fair, because then you find old pictures of yourself and you're like, oh god, And then they'll find old pictures of themselves and they'll be like looking half decent, you know? And honestly, it's just not fair. Why did the evolution of good makeup have to come at this point? You know? Just the 2000s era when it came to makeup, it wasn't a good year for a lot of people, I feel like. No, it wasn't a good year, especially the eyeliner game, when people would just kind of do like all around the eyes. You know what I mean? Like charcoal all around the eyes. Yeah. And I think a lot of girls in my school, I remember having like orange foundation, you know, when they don't blend it down to their neck and they've got like a thick orange line. That was one thing I never experienced because I knew I was pale and I wasn't about to put orange foundation on me knowing how pale I was. So I didn't experience that. Lucky enough, but yeah, I definitely remember the orange foundation craze. And in my school, they were big on natural beauty, I guess, and they used to take everybody's makeup off if they looked, you know, too much. So they'd give the girls wet wipes and they'd have to remove their makeup and, you know, but in all fairness, like, it didn't look good. Now that I reflect on it, that makeup just didn't look good. The orange makeup with the really dark black eyeliner all the way around the eyes. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a look. And, you know, I understand where the teachers were coming from now when I reflect back on those days. But lucky enough, even with my big wing, I never actually got told off for my makeup. Like, never got told to take it off with a wet wipe, which I was quite happy with. But to be honest, I was a really timid student, so I don't think the teachers were like, oh, you know, she's fine. She just hides in the corner in classes. You know, she's all good. But yeah, we're kind of coming to the end of the video. It cut out when I put eyeliner on, but I basically just did a line and like buffed it out with some black eyeshadow. And yeah, that's basically all I did to outline the kind of eye area. Another thing I'm quite proud of these days, eyelashes. Eyelashes have come such a long way since back in the day. They were very wiry looking and chunky looking back in the day. They look very much like wispy now, which I like. I think that's a better choice for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just reflecting on those days. But yeah, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Sorry that it's another talk through, but I don't know. I just kind of vibe with the talk throughs. I don't know what to tell you. I can't concentrate and do my makeup and talk at the same time. Just can't do it. Yeah, just not much of a multitasker, gonna be honest. But yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy the look, and if you did, feel free and give us a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and my IG is lacy.makeup. Feel free and give us a follow, and also feel free and subscribe. Very robotic. But yeah, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.